the relevance of the Roots Festival. On the 10th, I will not dwell on that because then I would be treading on foreign ground. The Honorable Minister will certainly be speaking on what is happening on the 10th. Then on the 11th, which is the Sunday, 11th of May, is the official opening ceremony at 4 p.m. At Arch 22 grounds in Banjul, and it will be presided over by His Excellency the President. He will officially declare the 11th edition of the International Roots Festival open. But this will be punctuated by a carnival procession of cultural groups that will showcase the diversity in unity of Gambian culture, because all of the ethnic groups will be represented. Even the regions will be represented. We are bringing in the cultural forms that are most unique to every region. We can bring out some unique cultural forms when we look at the Upper River region, or the Central River region, or the Lower River region, or the North Bank region, and even the West Coast region. So they will be invited to come, and they will participate, in the carnival. It will be a showcase of Gambian culture in totality, encompassing all the language groupings that constitute, this tiny country. I always say that the Gambia is a small country in terms of its land mass and size, but in terms of culture, it is a cultural giant, by virtue of the fact that in this small country of 11,000 square kilometers, you have over 8 ethnic groups, each with their own distinct cultural form.
Honorable Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, the Honorable Minister Litim Boj, Mr. Tombong Sedi, Mr. Amadou Toure here with us, and my very self. They have all been working very hard to ensure that we raise the funds required to ensure that we have a very successful event. Of course, His Excellency the President and his government gave us 90% of our budget. The budget is about in the millions of dollars, but he provided 90% of that budget. And so far we have support from other institutions such as Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation, the Gambia Ports Authority, they're taking care of the regatta. We have support, Gamtel, Gamsel, they will take care of the opening ceremony, because the opening ceremony comes with decorations and chairs and tents. Gamtel, Gamsel will do that. The Gambia Civil Aviation Authority is going to meet 90% of the budget that we need for the Roots Pilgrimage in Jufure, because Jufure, headed by the governor and the chief, they also have their own budget. Gambia Civil Aviation Authority is going to do that. Gam Petroleum is going to fund the African Gala Dinner and Awards Night. Guarantee Trust Bank and Trust Bank are also going to give us some funds. So it's like everybody is doing something to make sure we have a very successful event. Of course, not forgetting AfriCell. You can see the board behind us. AfriCell, they did all the branding. They're doing newspaper adverts. They're doing radio adverts also. They're doing quite a lot. They're also going to be doing SMS. SMS in terms of, in particular for the musical jamboree. It's going to be very exciting. It's on the 10th at the Independence Stadium. We have artists, our very own, such as Singate, we have Jalimadi, we have Manding Mori, we have Musa Fili Jobate, we have Sambaba, we have the Holy Family Band, 5-Star Band, Jaliba Kuyate, Jali Keba, the Fateleku Band, and the Humanity Stars. Now, all the other contemporary artists have got their own band, so they will be considered as a band. Singate and Co, they have their own band now, so they're also part of the bands that are performing. In terms of international artists, we have Sizzla Kolonji, we have Mutabaruka, and we have Erika Badu. So we have more of our own, and then we have only 3 international artists. We also have some interest expressed from other countries, artists wanting to perform. We've decided to stop with what we have so far so that people can have fun. If you have Sizzla in the country, I think he should perform for, let's say, maybe 2 to 3 hours. Mutabaruka the same, Erika Badu the same. They will be arriving in the Gambia hopefully on the 7th of May, and then they will leave after the actual event. In terms of the publicity, we are very aggressive in terms of the musical jamboree. If you look at the traffic lights, the Gulf traffic lights, you'll see only the Roots advert there, but all the other billboards and the newspapers is focusing on the musical jamboree, because we want 25,000 of us to go and attend. You all know these artists, you know our own, they're also very good. Also, we are looking at starting the sales of the tickets just maybe 1 week before the actual event, which is the 10th of May. We've ordered the tickets from UK, they're security coded, and we're going to support the tickets with a wristband. If you buy a ticket, you'll be given a wristband, a color-coded for covered, for uncovered, and for the VIPs, because VIPs is $1,000, covered is $250, and uncovered is $250. Uncovered is $150. You buy an uncovered ticket, you'll have a wristband matching the color of that uncovered ticket, and so on and so forth. So we're calling on everybody to support us. In terms of mobilization for all the events, the APRC mobilization team are also working with us. We have an NOC membership of 50. Each one of us have a role to play. Some are taking care of logistics, some are taking care of transport, some are taking care of the food. For Jufure, some are taking care of the publicity, some are taking care of the money. I'm part of those taking care of the money. That is why right now I'm not very nice to anybody, because I don't like taking the money out. We like receiving money, but to spend the money is a problem. So everybody is doing something to make sure it is a success. All the Elton stations will be selling the tickets. And on the day itself, on the 10th, we will start the ticket sales early. Our commissioner here, Commissioner Jabang, will be looking different on that particular day, because there'll be no tolerance to people coming without tickets. There'll be no tolerance to people hanging around. There'll be barriers all over the place to protect the people entering, and of course to protect the artists, and of course to make sure the revenue that we anticipate we also make. So security will be tight.
On behalf of the Inspector General of Police, the Gambia, with Captain Danso, I'm here giving the piece of advice to the general public, especially those who wish to witness the programs during the celebration of the National Road Festival, particularly the musical jamboree that is to be held at the Independence Stadium on the 10th May 2014 from 2100 hours onwards. Let them come in large numbers, peacefully. The security is there to protect them. Our protection measures, that is security formats. So therefore, the securities are there purposely to protect whoever is present.
Having said that, we at our own area, we are ready, because we make sure, as the Honorable Minister advised, that we should always make sure that anyone who comes to Gambia, whether it is in the times of route homecoming or not, come and enjoy, and then, have our Gambian hospitality in a very peaceful atmosphere. And we are not leaving any stone unturned in making sure that this is attained. So we are in high gear. We have put our house in order to make sure that these people coming here, they are coming back home, they will find a very peaceful atmosphere. So we can assure you that everything is in place, all right? And we'll make sure that we do our own, or we do our part. So we are ready.
We're doing everything possible to ensure, as Mr. Juf alluded to, is something that people will remember. It is going to be very exciting because we have a pack full. The program is really packed. And so far we have participants from Jamaica. In addition to Sizzler and Co, we have participants from Spain, we have participants from Nigeria, we have participants from UK. We're expecting up to about 200 participants or slightly more than that. The Foot and Path, we're expecting so many people, including the homecomers, to participate. There's a committee in Kanilai dealing with the Foot and Path. The National Organizing Committee is headed by Dominic Jammeh, and then the Jufure Committee is headed by the governor himself, and the chief of Jufure is also participating in the organization and the coordination. So each section we have somebody responsible and somebody assigned with a task to make sure everything is done. My role is just to coordinate and to supervise everybody to make sure everything is done. But right now, the clock is ticking, because for me, the route is just tomorrow. So we have to try, the members of the press, you sell the musical jamboree, you talk about it. We have some flyers, we have the billboards, we've done the jingle on the radio. Of course, we'll have the TV advertisement also. We have the routes proper, but we're going to start the jingle. If it has not yet started yesterday, I think the jingle will start today. GRTS we should also thank, because they're very supportive, producing the advert and airing the advert. It was all done by GRTS. So we thank you very much for your support, the press. We cannot say thank you